Hi, I'm Weber Fürst, and we're here in Davos at the Female Quotient Lounge to learn about how far has diversity and inclusion come in this world when it comes to business. As you can see, we're standing in front of this note here, telling about Norway, and I am a Norwegian, and my expert field is dealing with female talent management, female leadership, diversity and inclusion. And in fact, Norwegians are the best in the world when it comes to this. What we've heard here is there's a lot of talk, but there's too little action. So what does it take to improve and enforce and accelerate more female leadership? Yeah, well, that's a great question. So what's holding us back? What's the shadow that holds women back and men too, to include more women in top leadership? Well, from my research, it's really about the old hierarchical, rigid structure of organizations that is ready for the scrape heap. It's almost 200 years old, and it doesn't work anymore. It is a male, masculine, left brain structure based on individual merit. And in this culture, there's no place for the female qualities. Female qualities from this perspective is mutual enablement, mutual empowerment, caring, long-term thinking. We do this together. A lot of enthusiasm, people are very engaged, and it's really a business goal to work more with diversity. And what happens when you work with more diversity, when you include it, when you make it part of the business strategy? It leads to better innovation, more innovation. Actually, radical innovation says that you need 50% women and 50% men to create a team of collective intelligence that can work with innovation to create better solutions. A collective team, a supermind of both women and men leads to better decisions. So what we need is more action, and what can we do? So what we need to work with is all the unconscious biases that holds both men and women back to fulfill and realize the full potential of the synergy between men and women. And for that, men need to find out, understand why this is so important and what can it bring to organizations. Organizations use basically only 20% of the potential due to this old hierarchical structure where the female qualities, the synergy between those and the masculine qualities have not come together to learn how to work collectively. So what is needed is leadership training for both women and men to go beyond all the constructs of what we think we are from a gender identity, and work out a whole new way of thinking, because we cannot solve the problems of today's organizations from experience from the past. We need to create something totally new. So what I usually say is the future is a different country. They do things differently there. So we want to create something totally new, and what that is, we don't know, because the synergy between men and women come to its full potential is something that we have not experienced. So what we need to do is to create a new way of organizations, a new way of organizational design, and that can only come through fulfilling each and one of us full potential. And this is even more important today when we look at the situation in the world. We look at environmental problems, we look at the climate change, and in order even to have a thriving world for the next generations in 150, 200 years, we as grown-ups, we need to take very concrete decisions today. What is it that we want to do to create a better world? What's our purpose? Why are we here? And that is even more needed than ever. The new set of thinking, the new way of thinking is the female approach. Long-term thinking. We do this together. We do it for future generations. And this new way of thinking is the female qualities.